season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Longhorns will put toe to leather and we'll get started. And he's going to bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Gets it out fast. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Power football with the run. This is a kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Now the play fake. Fires to the tight end. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run, and then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end, can catch the football and make big plays.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Looking to fire. Throws for the tight end. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at it, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Back to pass. Floating away. He's going to run it. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. Georgia comes quickly to the line.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend, because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
And the Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. The sweet feet buy a little time. Right on the money. takes it to the 11.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Sends it back in motion. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
Talking to their coaches, they said, we are going to run the ball on the first drive of this game and really see if we can establish that line of scrimmage. You've seen that early so far, and after that explosive run, they've...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia!
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a third down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
And they did tack on the extra point. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
The play action fake. Oh, they're after him. Catch and stride inside the 15. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And that shows you the importance of the run game and balance on offense. They run the football. Next play, they come back. Safeties, linebackers, bite on the run, opens up the big pass down the field. He catches it, and he glides into the end zone for 6.
And he tacks on the extra point. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Looking down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you can tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this back.
There he goes.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
The Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. It's on target and complete. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They've got a first down here to open the period. Going to the ground. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Off play action. It's complete on the right side. make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there getting that first.
They'll leave it with him. Just ran him over.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. And this one will be stopped for no gain. So he'll help the completion percentage, but not the yardage. Stopped for no gain.
And he got it to his running back, obviously making a good decision, but nice tackle on the play. Way to get the running back on the ground and not give the extra yards after the catch.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
I'll tell you what, to get home to the quarterback and force pressure while just rushing 3 allows your back end to cover so much space. Now you got 8 guys in coverage. It makes you really dynamic in the back end of your defense.
Oh, he missed it. No good. And here in the second quarter, missed field goal leaves us tied, guys.
And just not enough leg on that kick. You see it just gets knocked down by the crossbar.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Using his legs, it's Chop. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing out.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Finds his big tight end. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that curl.
Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
These wide receivers are so athletic out wide now. You're so worried about getting beat deep. And these slant routes, they can be a good changeup. I mean, just a couple steps, stick your foot in the ground, come inside. It might not be huge gains all the time, but, man, it keeps that DB off balance.
The sure hands, it's Chop.
Hey, on offense, you just got to stay ahead of the sticks, and a big part of that is finding positive production on first down. When you've got this guy in the backfield, there's a lot of ways you can do that. You're going to hand it off to him, but how about dialing up the pass play on first down and just letting him go to work to set up 2nd and short?
Second down, they'll go to the air. Quick completion on the out route. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
To the ground to try to move the chains. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Well, no real mystery there, and I think this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in their offensive line to get the push needed to give that back just a big enough crease to fall forward and get the first.
And it's so hard. My room for error is so small when I'm a defensive line. Like, I got to get off the ball as fast as I can and try to get some form of penetration. Just stop that ball from going north-south. They don't do it there, and they give up the first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Got a man. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed them for the defensive holding penalty. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Looking downfield on first down. Got it! So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
A first down run on the doorstep. Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 5 clash today. UCLA is getting whooped today, and at some point this comes down to preparation. Are you prepared to play? Clearly the answer today is a big fat no. They're trailing by 14 to Alabama. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this top 5 clash of the Titans, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He'll pull it down. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
The Dogs can really attack on this second and short. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Line getting set on second down. Back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Finds a man in the middle. Turning it on. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
And the Dogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Makes the grab. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with the first down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They want to throw it. He wants it all. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
And you don't see this very often, the big defensive linemen. You see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time, but how confusing is it, Palmer, when it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception?
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could even make the play. How about the eye-hand coordination and his ability to snatch the football out of the air?
He tries to take the top off. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And it's funny, right before that play, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if this offense is just going to play conservative here with the field position, the fact they haven't scored a ton of points so far in this game, and just run the ball and take it into halftime. No, they're being aggressive, and not just that. They're taking deep shots way down the field, but give the defense credit. They were ready for it, forcing that incompletion.
One more snap coming before halftime. They'll run the toss. And he's able to get some positive yardage before he's brought down, and that'll bring us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Pineda. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game, didn't? He's taking the shot. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Looking to throw on first down. A little release to the back. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
The Longhorns in a good spot here with second and short. To the ground with the back. Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quick completion on the out. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
The dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Making side adjustments here. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab on the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the pressure. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided.
Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Bringing it back. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Garrison. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
Make the play here. Just be patient. Just take it to him.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Got his man out of the backfield. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Georgia going up tempo. Gets the back moving. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front. He wants to change this route. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Makes a grab past the marker. Oh, he's got some space. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the first down.
I'll tell you.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Dumps it to the back. Got his man on the right. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
You coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
It's a running room. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
To the air on first down. It's complete to the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. Back to pass. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Man, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Here comes the heat. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. The Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. The punters have had the day off up to this point, first one of the game. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Wants to throw on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. He takes a chance and fires it across the field. There he goes. That is just a gargantuan when plays, he has it all the way down to the 12. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? Let's see what they've got on second down. Wants to go up top. Moving away from pressure. Firing toward the end zone. He caught it. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. They've really got this offense humming. Just the 4th play of the drive, and it's first and goal. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, Phyllis, big update in a top 5 game today. UCLA is just getting blown right out of the Rose Bowl today. And while scorned Pac-12 fans might have no problem with that, this will not sit well with that fan base. They're trailing by 24 to Alabama. The landscape of college football will change dramatically with the outcome of this one, and we will keep you posted.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. He'll be run out of bounds right at the 25.
Well, a lot of bad things happening on that play if you're on offense because, 1, you lost yards, but 2, you ran out of bounds. You've got the lead. You want to bleed this clock. It's one thing to lose yards, but stay in bounds. Just go down.
To the air on second down. Quickly complete. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here.
And obviously, getting the completion, it's a killer. They get a new set of downs. You got to find a way to make a play now. The saving grace, I guess, Jesse, is he ran out of bounds and stopped the clock, so at least the clock isn't running.
Yeah, and David, it's just a situation right now. Defensively, I think you just got to take more chances, right? You may have to blitz. You may have to sell out. You might risk giving up a big play, but it's just so critical at this juncture of the game that you're able to retake possession to give yourself a chance to win.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They feed him again. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man in the middle. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. Ready to fire from the pistol. On the ground, it's Chubb.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Trying to get the corner. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball in the perimeter. You toss it out there, you run it back. He gets out there faster. Got a positive game. Still a couple plays here left, too.
Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw 2 really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, 2 really good teams, and that's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect, Palmer.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. 2 ranked opponents, evenly matched. Who's going to be able to make the plays when it matters the most? You got to give this team credit. This is a big win. It's impressive, and now they get to move up the rankings.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.